but I use it for pancakes. Oh my gosh. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing a grocery haul from Aldi. So we didn't get too much today, but we definitely needed to stock up on some produce and some things for different meals, like some meats and stuff. So I'm going to be walking through everything today. If you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I'm here with Adam. Now I just always look for the thumb too. I know everyone else looks in the corner for the thumb.
You looked scared the last time. You like backed away.
I always want to make sure you're ready, because sometimes I feel like you're not ready.
I'm always ready.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, we just went to Aldi and it was actually pretty quick. We were in and out. They were pretty stocked up on most of the things that we like to get, but there wasn't really anything too new today. So we're gonna walk through what we got, starting with some produce. We needed some bananas just for protein shakes and for Adam to take to work. So get these every single time. They're 0 points. And even when I blend them in protein shakes, I still just track them as 0 points, because usually my protein shakes are still pretty filling and I count them as like a snack the same way as if I was just gonna have a banana. I got bananas for that. Then we got some bell peppers. So they've got the 3-packs like this with one of each color. I just like to get these because they work so well in veggie mix, and I like to add some different color to veggie mix. They're 0 points, and I do use them for some other meals, but most of the time it's just for veggie mix, which is also what I got the zucchini for. So I like to dice one of these up every time I make a veggie mix, and then I use it for a bunch of different meals. I mention it in all of my videos, and I make it pretty much every single week. Well, actually I do make it every week, so I'm always getting the same things for it. You can definitely mix up the vegetables that you use in it, but my favorite has definitely just been the pepper, onion, and zucchini combination together. So that's why I got these, and that's also why I got some more onions, because we're out of them. I just got some regular yellow onions. I switch off between yellow and red in the fridge, and usually it like works out perfectly that we always have a couple of each, and then we run out of one, then we run out of the other. So I've got a couple red ones left, and now I just got these new yellow onions. Again, 0 points, and I just use them for different recipes. I got some sugar snap peas that I'm gonna use for some type of stir fry that I make, or maybe even like sesame noodles. But I've actually been wanting to make fried rice. I've been craving it. So I might make fried rice and then some stir fry veggies with it, and maybe like a chicken or shrimp or something, but 0 points, and it makes the meal more filling and has some fiber. I got some cilantro because I'm gonna be making salsa. Actually, I got 2 packs of it because I'm gonna do a batch of corn salsa and a batch of medium salsa. Both of them are in my cookbook, and they're so simple to throw together, and they're 0 points on WeightWatchers, so that's why I like to make them. They're filling. With the batches, we can use them for a dinner and then for multiple meals after. Usually my favorite thing to do with them is just to make bowls at home, so it's kind of like homemade chipotle. So that's why I needed some cilantro. I've got the corn and the stuff for the other salsa in the cabinet because it's just canned tomatoes that I used and canned corn. We got some shredded lettuce. We like to get just to use for sandwiches, burgers, wraps, bowls, anything that we like to add lettuce to if we're doing like some type of taco recipe, or like I said, burgers. So we just always have a bag of this on hand because we use it a lot. Adam got some oranges for work, so he just likes to bring these. He randomly started buying them again. He went through a phase where he used to buy like the mandarins and cuties and stuff all the time, and then kind of got burned out, took a break, and now he's just been getting regular oranges and really been enjoying them to just bring 1 or 2 to work. Do you bring 2 ever?
I bring
you always bring 2.
Two
okay.
or 3 sometimes.
So he usually brings 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah. I work 12 hours. What
That
do you
is a
want
long
from
day.
me?
It's a long day. So anyway, he likes to bring just regular oranges now. He also got these pickles, so he was happy when he saw them because they are atomic spicy, and actually these I can't even eat because they are so spicy. Sometimes I'll have just like one of them, but then my mouth is burning for a long time, so I always regret it. But he really likes them because they are so spicy. They're 0 points on WeightWatchers, 5 calories for an ounce, and he'll use them for like sandwiches or burgers, or even if we just like have pickles on the side for something, he likes to use these. Then I didn't really need Honeycrisp apples. I actually still have a decent amount in the fridge, but they last long, and the ones at Aldi looked so good today. So I grabbed a bunch of them, and I'll just keep them in the fridge until I need them because I do have one every single day. So I go through them quickly, and I definitely will be using them soon, but they just looked really good, so I was happy about that. And Honeycrisp is my favorite. Got some mini cucumbers that I just like to use for different bowls, or when we get dips, I like to use these as just something with like pretzels or something to have in the dip. But 0 points, and I just like to add cucumbers because they make the meal more refreshing. Then I got some mixed vegetables, which I just use this for the fried rice when I make it. This just has peas, carrots, green beans, and corn. I just toss it in when I'm making the fried rice. So I needed another bag of this and I'll use the whole thing for that recipe. We needed some blueberries for yogurt and just for different things that we put blueberries on. So I actually just made a French toast bake the other day, which is in my cookbook, and it's so good with fresh blueberries, and the blueberries I had were really good. So these ones look really good, and I might even do that again because I've still got some sourdough left. But I use it for pancakes, French toast, and then mostly yogurt. Then one thing we love about Aldi is that they have this pack of grapes, so it's got green and red grapes because usually we just can't decide. We like both of them. I think I prefer the red and Adam prefers the green usually, but I honestly like to have a mix of them a lot of the time, so it's nice that it's got both in here. They're 0 points, and they're a really good snack to have when I want something sweet after I finish a meal. So I've pretty much been having grapes every day after my lunches, and it's just one of my favorite things to grab out of the fridge. It's refreshing, and they're juicy and just really flavorful. So I've been enjoying those. I also got some of these little potatoes that I'm gonna be making a recipe with. So the serving for 4 to 5 potatoes is 2 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 70 calories, 16 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. And I'm gonna be using these for a recipe, but these also work really well on the grill, or even if you just toss them in the air fryer. I usually like to microwave them for like 5 minutes beforehand. Then I put some oil and seasoning and pop them in the air fryer, and they bake up perfectly. Or on the grill, they're really good. And I have a little grill grate thing that I can use, and I just toss them in there and cook them. So these are really convenient to have. I'll probably start buying them more now that I'll be grilling more, but 70 calories and 2 points for the serving. Then I needed some more hash brown potatoes, so I was happy to see these at Aldi. I couldn't remember if they usually have them, but I go through these quickly now too because I've been using them for breakfast almost every day. They're the Simply Potato shredded hash browns. For the serving of 2/3 cup, it's 1 point and 70 calories. It's got 15 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and 2 grams of protein in that serving. If you guys watch any of my recent What I Ate in a Days or What I Ate in a Weeks, I've been making this a lot. I pretty much just add the hash browns to a pan, then I add some veggie mix, some type of protein, whether it's like bacon, Canadian bacon, or sausage, and then I add in some eggs and cheese usually. And it is just one of my favorite breakfasts. I actually made it with over easy eggs the other day and it was so good that way. So I got 2 bags of the hash browns because we've all been enjoying them. And then because of that, I also needed some more eggs. So I just like to get the pasture raised eggs. I feel like they taste the best and they work really well for a 0 point option that has a good amount of protein and helps to keep me a little bit more full in the morning. Adam needed some lunch meat for work, so he got this turkey breast. It is 1 point for the serving of 2 ounces. It's got 60 calories, 2 grams of fat, 2 carbs, 1 gram of sugar, and 9 grams of protein. And it just comes with 2 sealed bags, which is actually nice because sometimes he doesn't go through the lunch meat fast enough. So it's nice that they're 2 sealed bags. But he just got this pretty much for his sandwiches for work. Then we needed some imitation crab, which I feel like I haven't gotten this in a while, but that's because we got the big bag from Sam's Club or Costco, wherever we got it. And then I kind of got a little burned out of it and I wasn't using it as much. So I got this again for a recipe I'm going to be making, but it's just imitation crab meat. It's 3 points for the serving of a half cup, and there's 2.5 servings in here. For that serving, it's got 90 calories, it's got 17 carbs, 3 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of protein. So I love to use this for so many recipes, whether it's like pasta, or if we're gonna be making any type of like crab rangoon inspired bowl, or like mini wontons or anything. All those things are actually in my cookbook, but I do use it a lot for stuff like that. So got this and I'll be using that soon. I've also really been loving these corn tortillas. So I use them for different things like tacos, quesadillas, or even like mini taquitos, but they're kind of hard to roll up that way. So I've been actually just enjoying folding them and doing them that way as like mini tacos. But for the serving of 2 tortillas, it's 3 points on WeightWatchers. One of them is 1 point though. It's 100 calories for 2, 1.5 grams of fat, 21 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and 3 grams of protein. And they also do make good chips in the air fryer. If you just cut them, spray them with some olive oil spray and some salt, and then air fry them, they make really good chips. So I've been getting these more recently because we use them for like enchilada bakes or tacos and stuff like I said, and I just like the like authentic flavor of them, and I feel like they heat up really well on a stove. Then we needed some more bacon, so I like to get the center cut. I like that Aldi always has it. It's center cut, so you can have 2 slices for 2 points on WeightWatchers. It's 50 calories, 4 grams of fat, and 5 grams of protein for that serving. And usually I just make the whole thing and pop it in the fridge and use it as I go. So I'll add like 1 to 2 slices to like a bowl or a breakfast or a sandwich or something. Or even when we have burgers, sometimes we like to add bacon to our turkey burgers. So it's nice to just have that in the fridge, and I'll probably make that soon. Then this is one thing that we always get from Aldi. It's definitely a little bit higher point, but it's their beef shaved steak. And I usually just make sandwiches with it. I like to make like peppers and onions to put on it, and then a little mozzarella cheese, pretty much like the picture. But for the serving of 4 ounces, it's 6 points on WeightWatchers. So again, it's always a higher point meal that I have. The buns are usually higher point that I use, and then the meat is higher than I usually use, because when I use protein, it's usually ground turkey or chicken, and the most that is like 4 points, but 6 points for the serving of 4 ounces. It's got 200 calories, 12 grams of fat, and 22 grams of protein. And I do feel like it's a really filling meal, and it's really good because we do like to get beef sandwiches from restaurants, whether it's like Portillo's or like Bona Beef, and it's kind of similar, not exactly, but still a good substitute at home to have. So we got this to make some beef sandwiches. And then I also got 2 pounds of 99% lean ground turkey, which is 0 points on WeightWatchers. It's 120 calories, a gram of fat, and 28 grams of protein. I love 99% lean ground turkey. I think you can really season it well. You can add egg and panko to it when you're doing like meatballs and burgers to make it a little bit more juicy. And you really can just flavor it to make it a good protein option. It's got 28 grams, which is really high, so it keeps you full longer. And it's nice that it's 0 points on WeightWatchers. Okay, then we needed some more bread. So I got this Aldi sprouted 7 grain bread. What I like about this one compared to like the Trader Joe's one we usually get, or even Ezekiel, is that it's a little bit bigger slices. So I feel like it's a little more filling when I make like a sandwich with it, but it's higher point. It's 2 points for 1 slice or 4 points for 2 slices, which is only 1 more point than the normal bread I use. For 1 slice, like I said, 2 points, 90 calories. It's got 1 gram of fat, 18 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of protein. So it toasts up nicely. It works well for breakfast sandwiches, lunch meat sandwiches, tuna, or just anything that I really make with it. So we needed more bread. Adam needed some more cold brew coffee, so this is just 0 points. He likes to add some skinny syrup and usually like Fairlife or any type of like milk or creamer that we have on hand, and just make his iced coffee with it. Sometimes he even uses like the Fairlife protein shakes, but for the serving of 12 ounces, it's got 15 calories and 3 carbs. We got some chicken pot stickers. So these are just in the freezer section, and I like to have these on the nights that I make like the fried rice I mentioned, or just any type of dish like that, or even like appetizer night. So these ones are chicken and vegetable. For the serving of 6 pieces, it's 240 calories. It's got 5 grams of fat, 41 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugar, and 9 grams of protein. And that actually doesn't include the sauce. There's a sauce packet, and then the nutrition for that is on there as well, but we usually don't really use it. But for that serving of 6, I want to say it's 7 points, because for the serving of 5, when you scan it, it's 6 points. So usually we don't even have the full serving of 6, but it just depends what we're making, how much we're eating that night. And these are just a good option to have in the freezer. I needed some cheese. So these are a little higher point than normal reduced fat cheeses that I buy compared to like the 2 and 3 point ones from Trader Joe's, but they still work really well. And I just like to have them on hand for a bunch of different recipes, whether it's like pizzas, eggs, or even like pasta for making like mac and cheese or something. So I got some reduced fat sharp cheddar and some reduced fat Mexican style cheese. So for the serving, it's 4 points on WeightWatchers, which is a normal quarter cup serving. It's got 90 calories, 6 grams of fat, 2 carbs, and 7 grams of protein. And a lot of times, even when I'm making like my eggs and stuff, I'll just use like a half serving, just enough that it gets like melty and you can just taste it in the eggs, but I don't usually use the full serving for 4 points. So I needed more of these to stock up on. I also have really been liking their queso. So I tried this last time and I really liked it on the wraps that I make and also in rice bowls. It's 2 points for 2 tablespoons and 45 calories. It's got 3 grams of fat, 3 carbs, and usually I just heat it up and drizzle it on top of burritos, or heat it up and add it to bowls with like chicken and veggies. And I've just really liked the flavor of it. I'm always on the lookout for lower point quesos like this. So I've been enjoying this one, and it has a slight kick to it because it's medium. Then I needed more yogurt, so I just get the 4-pack like this. These are the vanilla Greek yogurts that are low fat. They are 2 points for the container, 80 calories. They have 2 grams of fat, 4 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, and 12 grams of protein in one. And this is what I like to have, where I add the blueberries to it, and then usually I add some type of like cereal or granola, and it adds a good crunch and sweetness. So I like to have this for dessert. That's been my go-to for a long time now, and it's just nice to have those in the fridge. I still have some left, but I needed a little bit more. I got some tzatziki, so I actually haven't gotten the cucumber dill flavor in a while, and I really like this one. They have like 2 other flavors with it, but I like to use this mostly for bowls, especially when I do like chicken and feta and like cucumber, roasted red peppers, artichokes. The tzatziki goes really well with that. So for 2 tablespoons, it is 2 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 40 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 2 carbs, and 1 gram of protein. And it also has 1 gram of sugar. Then Adam's favorite dip is at Aldi. So this is their buffalo style chicken and blue cheese dip. He loves it because of the blue cheese. It's 3 points for the serving of 2 tablespoons and 80 calories. It's got 7 grams of fat, 1 carb, and 3 grams of protein. And what he really likes to do with it is just spread it on tortillas. And then he adds some chicken and veggies and wraps it up and pops it in the air fryer. And it makes a really good buffalo chicken wrap. I actually just did it myself for the first time in a while. And it's so good. It really does remind me of when I make buffalo chicken wraps as like an appetizer, but it's more filling and it's got more protein and veggies and stuff because we add to it. So that's one of his favorite meals to make. And it's nice that he can just use like a 2 to 3 point serving of the dip, or sometimes he'll just dip like cucumbers and pretzels and stuff in it. Then for the tzatziki, I also got some feta cheese, which usually I like. Aldi has the reduced fat and they didn't this time. The reduced fat's usually like 1 point for the serving. This one's 3, but not a big deal because I'll just balance it out with more veggies and protein and stuff. For the serving of an ounce, it's 70 calories and 4 grams of fat. It's got 2 carbs, 1 gram of sugar, and 6 grams of protein. So sometimes I won't use like the whole serving. Usually when I use the reduced fat I do, or the fat-free, but I don't know, I'll see how it goes with this. I just really wanted feta for my bowls. Adam got more rice cakes that he likes to use for a dessert or sometimes like a pre-workout snack. He usually will put like nuts and more, some type of peanut butter on them, sometimes bananas, and then it's just a nice sweet filling snack. These are 2 points for 1 cake. They've got 50 calories, 11 carbs, and 3 grams of sugar, and they're gluten-free, just a good sweet option for him. He loves them. I'm honestly not a huge fan of them, but he really likes to just add stuff to them and make them tasty. We got some beef jerky. So this one is teriyaki flavored, and it is 2 points for the serving of 1 ounce. It's got 80 calories, 1 gram of fat, 6 carbs, 6 grams of sugar, and 13 grams of protein. So a little bit of a higher protein snack that is nice to just have on hand when we want something like it. We really like the meat sticks that we get, like Mighty Sparks and stuff, but this is just another higher protein option like that. I also got this one, which is just a cracked pepper beef jerky. So this one's 3 points for the ounce. It's 100 calories. It's got 4 grams of fat, 5 carbs, 4 grams of sugar, and 10 grams of protein. So we haven't even tried these before, but I just thought it would be something new we could get. We've recently gotten some beef jerky from our farmer's market and really been enjoying it, but we don't always go to that because it's not every week. So this was just a little bit of a cheaper option, and it was something that we could try out. So we'll see what we think of those. I also got these. These are my favorite. So they are the sweet chili brown rice crisps. They are 4 points for the serving of about 12 of them, 140 calories, 7 grams of fat, 16 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. The flavor on these is so good. They're crunchy and they just work really well with different dips, but honestly, I like to just eat them plain. Sometimes I'll add them to my snack mixes, but they are just so good. They're gluten-free, and I don't even know what else to say about them. It's just they have such good flavor, and it's one of the things that I kind of have to portion out. Otherwise, I could just eat this entire bag in a sitting. Then I got some macarons. So another thing that I like to get from the market, but I don't always have them all the time. So it's nice to just get a box like this that I can keep in the freezer. And when I'm craving one, I can have one because these are seriously my favorite dessert. I love macarons so much. And so I had to get a box of these because we actually just finished our last one. So the last one I had gotten from Aldi was assorted. It had more flavors. Like I think it had like raspberry, lemon, pistachio. And so it was more of an assorted box. And this one is their chocolate box. So it has dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate, and mocha. So I'm excited to test these out and see what we think of them. It's 8 points for the serving of 3 cookies, which I don't always have 3, but for that serving, it's 150 calories, 8 grams of fat, 19 carbs, 18 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of protein. This is one of my favorite sweet treats that honestly I feel like is a low point option when I want something like this, because again, I don't always have 3. Sometimes I'll just have 1 and it's satisfying. Okay, then the last thing we got, Adam picked this out because I love lobster mac and cheese. I didn't even see it, but he spotted this and we're gonna be trying it for the first time. It is lobster mac and cheese in the freezer section. For the serving of a cup, which there's 2 cups in here, it is 290 calories and 10 points on WeightWatchers. Honestly, what we would probably do is make some shrimp with this or chicken or something, kind of bulk it up. And honestly, it doesn't look like there's any vegetables, so maybe I'll make some vegetable on the side, whether it's like zucchini or asparagus when we make it. But 10 points is pretty high, but honestly not that bad for a serving of mac and cheese if we can bulk it up with some 0 point things. Anyway, 290 calories, 10 grams of fat, 34 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 19 grams of protein. I know this is a freezer meal and we're not eating it now, but I honestly just want to open it to see how big it is because I'm curious if it's a lot. It feels like it's a lot, honestly. Okay, so that's actually a pretty good portion. I would say for us to split this, I think that actually feels like a good portion, and it would be filling, especially with more 0-point foods. That's more than I expected for 10 points. So I'm excited to eat that. We'll have to update you guys on what we think of it, but that is the last thing that we got today. So definitely a successful haul. We got everything we needed, and I guess we got a couple of new things, and we'll see how they are. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.